Hey, what's up? I got back from Paris yesterday at 8 in the morning and then had to go straight to class. So then I got home, took a nap, and now I'm finally recovered. But yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a little recap of Paris. Surprise, surprise, I barely filmed anything. And I don't regret that because vlogs are interesting and vlogging is interesting, especially vlogging an experience or a trip, because obviously you want to make the most of it, and some things you want to document and some things you just want to like sit and breathe and look at. So obviously while I was in Paris, I was in more of the I just want to live in the moment, and also it's kind of risky to take my camera out right now because what if somebody runs by and steals it out of my hand kind of state of mind. I always forget until I'm in a big city like that I need to be more careful with my, you know, phone and my belongings and stuff. Because in my town here in X, there's like no risk of having anything like stolen. Like, you know, you can keep stuff in your back pockets or hold it in your hand and you don't think that somebody's gonna run by and swipe it from you. But in Paris, obviously a different situation. It would not have been worth it for me to try to vlog and then end up having my phone or camera stolen. So didn't film much. But I went to Paris with Scott for 3 days. We left on Friday night, overnight bus, got there on Saturday. We just did a fuck ton of walking. Over the weekend in total, I think we walked at least 35 miles. That's at least what my phone says. So lots of walking. The very first day we arrived and then walked down the Champs-Elysees, and then we saw the Notre Dame and went inside there a little bit. Honestly, every church cathedral after Spain just doesn't compare, because I saw La Sagrada Familia and that's just like literally the biggest, like most impressive cathedral ever, or at least as far as I've seen. So I was like, oh, Notre Dame? Psh.
Fact checker here. Actually, the Notre Dame has a greater area by just a little bit than La Sagrada Familia, but when La Sagrada Familia is finished, it will be the tallest church building in the world. So yeah.
So we saw that, continued walking. I was very hungry. We were looking for brunchy type places and we ended up just having bagels at Shakespeare and Company, which was really good. I got a bagel and avocado. And then we had many hours to kill before we could check into our Airbnb. I was carrying around like my backpack and I was just getting really tired, so I didn't have too much energy to be completely all over the place, at least until we dropped off our bags. So finally in the afternoon we checked into our Airbnb, took a nap because we were exhausted, and then we woke up and I made plans with some viewers to meet up and have vegan pizza at a place called Hank's, which a lot of you recommended, so thank you very much. So shouts out to Jane. Jane reached out and said, hey, you want to get pizza with us tonight? And I said yes. So we all met up at Hank's, and I honestly want to cry thinking about this pizza. It's so good. And I've been craving vegan pizza so hard while I've been here, especially because we have pizza stands called Pizza Capri like all over the place, which is where you get like cheap like €1 or €2 pizza. And that's like everyone's favorite go-to drunk food, and I can never have it because obviously they don't have vegan pizza. I'm trying to find a good angle. My room is so messy. Ignore it, ignore it, ignore it. I finally got pizza and it was unbelievably good. And then I also ordered a London Fog, which was delicious. That's a Earl Grey tea with like almond milk usually. So good. And then I had a little cookie and it was delicious. Scott and I just stayed with the girls, who are all au pairs, by the way. Jane and everyone, I'm just gonna tell your life stories. They're all au pairs, which means that they are here working for a host family as like a nanny. So most of them said they pretty much only work like after school with the kids. So they'll be home with the kids for a few hours before the parents get home, and that's pretty much the extent of like the work that they do. And in exchange, they get paid a little bit of spending money and they get a free place to stay and food and stuff. So I think that's a great deal. And that's like an awesome way to be able to live in like Paris or anywhere for a certain amount of time. I've actually looked into being an au pair. I used to research that like for my gap year and stuff, and I'm kind of bummed that I didn't do it. But I guess, you know, there's always the future. I could still do it at some point. But yeah, all of them met somehow via social media and stuff from being au pairs, and they're all friends, and so many of them are either vegetarian or vegan or try to eat vegan most of the time. So it was just like my dream group of gals to hang out with. So yes, we got pizza and then we grabbed a little bit of wine and we sat on the Seine, which is the river that runs through Paris, and we just you know, hung out like the locals do. And I wasn't really in the mood to like get lit. So we were all just, you know, chilling. Did we go to a bar? Yeah, we did. We just went and sat down and had like another drink at another little place, but it was a very casual, calm night, which I was in the mood for, so that was nice. And yes, those girls are amazing. I'll put like their social media in the links below if you want to stalk them. But I was just so like amazingly happy that, first of all, I get to meet and hang out with viewers. You know, it doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's amazing. And the fact that, you know, these girls are so fucking cool, and you know, Jane was telling me like how she learned about the American election and American politics from watching my videos, and it's just so freaking cool to be able to like actually make that real life connection and meet you guys. So every time I go somewhere, I always ask, and like I'm willing to meet up with you guys if it works out. And there were some of you who reached out and wanted to hang out in Paris, and I couldn't make it happen, so I apologize. It kind of just depends, you know. Sometimes you get lucky and something will be convenient for all of us at the same time. But it's always my goal to be able to, you know, meet you guys when I can, and I love you guys, so that was like the highlight of our first day there. Then we went home because it was late and we were tired, and then we went to bed. And then we woke up and what did we do the second day? I don't know how to start this vlog. I'm not gonna film right now. I'm not. If it looks like I'm not having a good time, that's because I am having a good time and I don't want to film it, so that's all. Vlogging takes effort when you're out here.
Hi.
Hi puppy, come to me. Come to me. That was a Sunday, yeah, so there were some things closed and we like wanted to go to museums, but then we didn't end up going. And yeah, mostly we were just like exploring. I think the second day was when we saw the Eiffel Tower.
Do you think I need to have a, so what's it called, a video tag so people know where I am?
Francais, haha. La France. Baguettes. Come see, come so. Yeah, it was just a very chill, relaxed weekend with plenty of exploring, nothing crazy, because it was both me and Scott's first time like really going through Paris, so both of us were just interested in just seeing things, feeling it out, getting a good feel of the city. And obviously I'll be going back to Paris at some point in May to go see anything that I missed. But yeah, we saw a lot of the Jardin de Luxembourg, Jardin des Plantes, and it was a good time. And then our last day was Monday and we just explored more. And then, is my camera really gonna die? That's so rude. And then we had a night bus at 8 overnight to get back here to Aix. And then we had a 2-hour layover in Lyon at 2 in the morning. Just at a bus stop. Like we were just supposed to sit at that bus stop in the cold. It was creepy, nothing was open for 2 hours in the middle of the night. And we're just both like, no, not down. So Scott had the brilliant idea of trying to go into like a hotel lobby just to like hang out in there, to have somewhere to be. So we like are standing outside this hotel, and the guy inside the like bar restaurant that's closed like opens the door and he's like, hey, what's up? And we're like, oh, we're just looking for somewhere to hang out. Can we? And so he invited us in and he got us coffees and let us just chill in these comfy little spots for like an hour and a half, and we just did some homework. Had a nice safe spot to sit during our creepy 2 in the morning layover. So thank you, random hotel guy. Thank you so much. What an angel. Seriously, that made us so much more comfortable. And then we got back on the bus and we had another like 4 hours to go. And then yeah, we got to Aix and it was 8 in the morning, and you're like so tired. You're just like sweaty and gross, of course. You just slept like on a bus for so many hours, and had my backpack and a bag, and we literally had to go straight to class and then sit there for 4 hours. I don't know how we did it, but we survived. And now it's the last week of classes for me, so that's crazy. And we have finals next week. But yeah, Paris was great. Thanks for asking. I did buy new postcards to add to my postcard wall. There's Paris. There it is. Yo, look how fucking pretty it is right outside my window right now. This is gorgeous. Spring is a-bloomin' in France. It's so nice. The weather has been so good. That's another thing. Paris was so nice. because a lot of my friends visited when it was a lot colder, and I'm glad that we were there during a sunshiny time. I can't find a good angle. I just want to talk about my coffee problems. I'm gonna do that. So yeah, what coffee problems, Tiffany? I just went to my favorite little coffee spot, which is called Columbus. I always get a frappe there because they have soy milk, so I just get that, and it's good. The French don't really know how to make iced drinks very well, so it's never quite like icy enough. Like, you know, a frappe, you expect it to be like mostly ice, but the way that they make it, it's like mostly milk with like a little bit of iciness, so it's just not like slushy enough. But oh well. That's my usual go-to. So I went there today and I wanted to get an iced soy latte, because I actually bought like 3 of those in France because I went to Starbucks. Can't avoid it, to be honest. I went to Starbucks and I think I asked if they could make an iced coffee, and he's like, oh, we'll just get an iced latte. And I was like, oh, duh. So I ordered those every single day we were there, and they were so good, feeding my Starbucks addiction. It's a comforting part of my day. I get my little drink and then I just carry it around all day, and it makes me feel good. All right? My justification for why I love Starbucks. So anyway, I was like spoiled after that. And so I went to Columbus and I was like, I want another soy iced latte. And I go and I order it and I say cafe latte glacé, which means, you know, iced, avec lait de soja, soy milk. And the guy starts making it, and then I see him put it in a hot cup, and then I see him put in regular milk. And I'm just like, no. And then he comes to like hand it to me and I go, désolé, j'ai dit café latte glacé. And he goes, oh, sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I go, avec lait de soja. And then I see him just take that same latte and like put it in some ice. So then I know that it's still regular milk, but I didn't say anything. And then he gave it to me and I was like, okay, thanks. And then I sat down with it and I was like, well, this isn't soy milk, so I can't drink it. Great. Just spent €4.50 on a drink that I can't drink. And also he barely put any ice in it. Like, I swear, like 5 cubes, so obviously they melted immediately. So then I'm there with like this espresso and dairy milk drink, and I just was so sad. I was like on the verge of tears, to be honest, because I crave these coffees so much, and like it's just so annoying because I'm not confrontational enough to say something. Like, I had already said, oops, I ordered it iced, and then he didn't change the milk or didn't hear me or something. But like usually with customer service, like I'm not a picky customer, but like with vegan things, like I can't drink that. Like if I drink dairy milk, first of all, it grosses me out, and second, it will make me physically sick. So I was like, shit, great. But I'm not confrontational enough to like go and, you know, say anything about that again, because I already had. I was just like, oh, well, fuck it, great. Just a complete waste of money. But usually at that particular coffee place, there are a few baristas that are really great and they're always wonderful with me. And then that one guy who took my order this time always fucks up my order. Like, he doesn't listen to me. So it's really annoying because every time I see that he's about to take my order, I'm just like, fuck, no. And it's like nothing personal against you, dude, but like, can you just listen to me? Can you take like a second to make sure that you're hearing my whole order so that you hear that I want soy milk, you know? Just like, just fucking one second, one more second, and I would tell you. Because when I order it with other people, like, it's not like they can't understand me. Like, other people do understand me. I just think he like doesn't take the time to listen, so I'm a little pissed off because I was really craving that. But anyway, I need to drink water. I did just buy a falafel pita, so at least I can enjoy that. But I do absolutely 100% miss American coffee shops. I love my iced drinks, I love my milky whatevers, I love soy milk, I love iced coffee, whatever, and it's just not, it's not really a thing here in France. Like, it's just not. So, you know, I don't expect them to like completely understand, obviously, but I'm just saying I crave the American drinks. Because sometimes when I say things like that, people are like, what do you expect? Or not even people, but like the response sometimes is like, oh, you expect them to just make Americanized everything? And I'm like, no, I'm saying I miss drinking things in America because that's the way they are. I understand that like the French do their coffee differently, so it's just sometimes like not possible to get a similar thing. Anyway, cravings, always craving things. And another craving, Chipotle. Crazy story, holy shit. Jane and Megan the viewers that I met in Paris, they met in the comment section of one of my videos. Like, I mentioned Chipotle in Paris, and then somehow they started talking, and then they met and had Chipotle together in Paris. And I was like, you're kidding me. This is my dream setup of all time. I am bringing people together via vegan food and YouTube, and I don't even know. But that made me so happy to hear. I was like, there's no way. But it was on my to-do list to go to Chipotle in Paris. But then Megan told me that they don't have sofritas, which is the like tofu, delicious, spicy goodness. And like, I could have just gotten like a veggie bowl and like guac, but just never passed Chipotle at a convenient time, so I ended up not getting it. And the craving is still here, so, you know, when I go back to America, first thing I'm gonna want is iced coffee up the fucking wazoo and Chipotle 4 days, and that's what I'm craving. But like I said, I had vegan pizza twice at Hank's, 2 separate days, and it was so good. I should have brought like 40 pieces home, I swear. And then we also went to Hank's vegan burgers, which are delicious, and they have really good like wedge fries, so I was a happy gal. That's the most exciting thing for me so far, traveling here, because when I go to big cities, they have way more vegan options than my town does. So that was like my priority. I was like, oh, we can see the Eiffel Tower, but like I really want to make sure to get more vegan pizza. All right, I think that's it. Thank you guys for listening. I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat my falafel now. Bye!